It is such a pleasure to welcome you all here and also to welcome all those online. So if you can, wave back at the camera and say hello, welcome, welcome. They are a big part of what we do as well. So now that you've all met each other and had a chance to chat and talk, let's get this thing underway. So I just wanted to say, I'm just so excited to be here today, and I'm so grateful for this center, and in particular this service, that allows me to kind of recharge my spiritual battery, if you will. I get out of here on Sundays, and then Monday hits, and life begins, And, they say life happens, or shift happens. That's with an F, by the way. Shift happens. And, sometimes I have a built-in forgetter. And the truths and the beliefs that we learn here at Unity help me get through that, but sometimes they dim a little bit, So this Sunday service lets me come back together and know that all is well. I will be okay. I am prosperous. I am supported. I will be okay. My natural state of health is always with me. And this service always kind of helps me to recenter, relax, and get ready for another week of shift. So, yes, absolutely. Alrighty. We always like to welcome our first-timers. Do we have any people here for the first time today? We have some information. There's one right back there.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. And we always like to welcome back our second-timers. If we didn't scare you away on the first one, raise your hand and let us. There we go. You're very brave. Welcome back. We're actually very nice people. Don't be afraid of us. Okay, let's see. I would like to introduce. That's a very good point, and thank you for that reminder. For those first-timers, please fill out that card and stop by the bookstore and turn that in, and they'll give you a proper welcome and a gift. And check out the things in the bookstore. It's really cool over there. If you haven't had a chance to check it, they've got a lot of new items over there. Really fun stuff, so please check that out. Just go right across to the fellowship hall. As you're on the way to all the sweets and coffee after the service, hang a right before you get there and you're in the bookstore. And you can take care of that there. I'd also like to introduce some very important and fun people, which is our band, our music team, which is headed up by James McCoy. And I think he's going to let us know what he's got in store for us today.
Thank you, David. Good morning. So good to see all of you this morning. We'd like to welcome back at the piano and the keyboard, Mr. John Rose. And at the drums, we have Mr. Fabio Patino this morning. It's his first time. And I have to tell you, Fabio and I worked together when I was director at Unity of Fort Lauderdale in 2005. I'm not even kidding. We haven't seen each other in a long time, and we're so glad to have you this morning. Thank you for being here, Fabio. Yes. And of course, you met our featured soloist, Miss Danette Rivas. And we have something from Karen Drucker this morning and something from a New Thought songwriter by the name of Melissa Allen Wood. So there you go.
Thank you, James. Thank you. So I'm excited to hear that. Okay, real quickly, I wanted to go over a few events that we have coming up. And you can always find these events on our website, which is www.unitybroward.org/events/that way, not that way. All right, so you can always find out what's going on here. We have, obviously, as always, our hospitality hour in the fellowship hall after the service. So please join us for that and recaffeinate or extend your caffeination and have some sugar. Head on over through those double doors and head into the fellowship hall, and we'll be over there to talk to you and say hi. A reminder that, once again, the bookstore is open. That is open till 1 o'clock, so definitely check that out before 1. We also have something very exciting after the service today, which is a New Moon Sound Healing. That's at 12:45 here, led by Darby. Today is actually a supermoon, so it's a great time to be setting your intention. We only have one person signed up for this, so if we could, so that we can prepare, and we know whether to go on ahead with this event, can we see a show of hands at anybody that is interested in being here today at 12:45 so that we know? Hands up. 1, 2, 3. Come on, do it. You can do it. It's great. It's fabulous, yes. Okay, so that's 2 more in addition to the one that okay. That's great. And that's just 12:45. Just come in and check it out. I think it's a really, really great event. So please take advantage of that. The Women of Unity are at it again. They're a very active and fun group. They are actually doing something with Sherry Jankelevich, focusing on astrology, which is one of her many areas of expertise. So join them for that. That is Saturday at 10 a.m. Nicholas is leading a new Power Hour, which starts next Sunday. That's at 9:30. And please, that is obviously before the service, so come up and join us. Get a little pre-hit of energy before you come in and recharge in here. Then next Sunday, guess what? It's food, folks. It is Lunch Sunday. Yay, we love food, and it is a big spread that they're going to have out. So please remember to come and join us for that. That starts right after the service next Sunday. Then for our LGBTQ folks, there's a new group, relatively new group, called Rainbow Unity. That meets next Sunday at 12:30 p.m. So please join us if you would like to at that meetup. Paul is leading off a new class starting on May the 6th. It's Metaphysics 1. The book, I believe, is in the bookstore. Is that correct? It is already there. So, yep, so you can be all prepared and ready for that. You know, I did that class at Unity on the Bay years ago. I'm sure there's a lot of changes and a lot of updates, so I'm going to come and check that out. So please join me. I think that'll be great. That is, once again, starting on May the 6th. Let me see if I missed anything. I don't believe I did. But just as always, be sure to check your bulletin and our website and keep updated on everything that we have going on. Once again, unitybroward.org/events. And that is what I've got for things coming up here. What I'd like to do now is I'd like to introduce Bob, who's going to come up and honor our Volunteer of the Month.
Thank you, James. Good morning, everybody. So it's that time of the month again for Volunteer of the Month. I don't know about you, but somehow the time seems to be like flying. It seemed like I was up here just like 2 weeks ago. And I want to kind of put some balance in this because I want to remind you that the last time I got up here, which was for our volunteer last month, it was 2 people, very near and dear to us, Jim and Nancy Sharty, who had been snowbirds, and they sold their home and they're now headed back to Chicago. But they promised us, and Nancy, if you're on, I hope you're watching, she said you'll be back next winter too. So we're counting on that. So the volunteer for today is sort of a contrast because Nancy and Jim were part of the original 14 who really resurrected Unity of Pompano a number of years ago. The one for today is someone who's only been with us for 2 years, since 2023. However, they have made a huge difference, and they have something in common with Nancy and Jim, and that is that they are also a snowbird. And that person is Diane Sater. Where are you, Diane? Come on. So let me just talk a little bit about Diane. The kind of enthusiasm, did you hear it a few minutes ago when she was yelling from the back, yeah, just stop over at the store, right? Well, that's Diane. So Diane started out here in 23, am I correct about that? And became a member last year. And in fact, the first thing she dove into was working with our ushers and greeters and the ambassador team, because she really enjoyed that. And then Paul had this vision for our having a gift store, a real store. And he really pushed that with us. He thought it would be great for the energy, and he thought we could also make it maybe a profit center. So the person who did it is right here. Diane has had a great team working with her. There's no doubt about that. In fact, are they here? Could you just stand up for a second? Who are the people working on the store team? There you go. So Diane had done this for CSL up in Philadelphia. She had been the store manager for them. And so when she and Paul got together, they generated this. And I'm sure any of you who have walked into that store, you have felt the energy. It's just fun to go in there. It has saved me a number of times now, from Christmas presents to birthday presents to whatever things. There you have it. So, for all of this stuff, and then I also want to say that since they opened was it November?
The first week of December.
Okay, first week in December, they've already brought in $6,000. We were told this couldn't be, that there couldn't be a profit center in this, and it's been really helpful to us. It certainly is going to help toward the roof, et cetera. So we're really thrilled with your energy, and we know you're only leaving for the summer. And you'll be back in September, October? When will you be back? Let's get this permanently in front of everybody.
The end of September.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay, it's now time for our daily word, and this was actually published March 3rd of 1968. For those of you that were around, where were you in 1968? Yeah, March 3rd of 1968. It is entitled "The Spirit Within," and the affirmation of the reading is, "I am enriched and blessed through the Spirit of God within me." So please know this as the truth and repeat this once again and affirm with me. I am enriched and blessed through the Spirit of God within me. The reading is as follows. You can close your eyes, relax, or just relax, and join me in this reading. The Spirit of God within me, which created and sustains me, is constantly looking after me. I turn my attention to this great spiritual power within me, and all my life's experiences move in divine order and harmony. The Spirit of God within me is the source of my life and strength. Its healing and renewing power moves in and through every part of my body, making me whole and well. The Spirit of God within me is an animating spirit that uplifts and blesses me. Through the power of the Spirit within me, I express the best that is within me, and all my activities are joyous and productive. It is the business of my indwelling Lord to guide me, to care for my needs. This is its sole concern. To realize this gives me a great sense of freedom from anxiety, and I am free from concern about other persons as I realize that they too have within them a guiding spirit, the Spirit of God, whose sole concern is to help them in their every need. You can join me in affirming this with "and so it is." Amen.
Calling all blind men, open your eyes and see. Those who live in silence, listen and hear and speak. You have lain so long in pain. Take up your bed and walk. you seek, then love you shall find. Love is the great command. Any door you knock on will be open to you. The kingdom is in your hand. And greater things than these, greater things than these. Whatever you claim by my love in my name, you will do greater things than these. When you look out through the eyes of fear, fear is all you will see. But look out now through the eyes of love, and miracles come to be. Greater things than these, that's the spirit. Greater things than these. Whatever you claim by my love in my name, you will do greater things than these. And greater things than these. Come on, Unity. Greater things than these. Whatever you claim by my love in my name, you will do greater things than these. Whatever you claim by my love in my name, you will do greater things than these.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You all killed that. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. That's from one of my favorite New Thought singer-songwriters, Melinda Wood Allen. And I'm sorry to say to Melinda, you guys killed it. Just leave it at that. All right. How are you all doing today? Good. Good. Well, we've been hearing a whole lot about Jesus lately. A whole lot about Jesus between Easter, Palm Sunday, Holy Week, all that. So I thought I'd get us going with a story about a man and his own quest to find Jesus. So this is a man who had just a touch too much to drink. He was filled with spirit, you might say. So there he is, stumbling along one Sunday afternoon down by the riverside, and he comes across a Baptist service at the river doing baptisms. Being a friendly, sociable fellow, he proceeds to walk right down to the water and stand next to the preacher. The minister turns and sees the old drunk and says to him, "Mister, are you ready to find Jesus?" The drunk looks back and says, "Why, yes, preacher, I am." So the minister takes him and dunks him under the water, pulls him right back up and says, "Have you found Jesus?" "No, I didn't," said the drunk. So the preacher dunks him again, a bit longer this time, brings him back up and says, "Now, brother, have you found Jesus?" "No, I have not, Reverend." Well, the minister's getting frustrated, okay? He's never exactly had this much trouble with a baptism before, okay? So he's really going to do it this time. He keeps him down for a good 30 seconds, okay? Holding him down there, all that, okay? He pulls him back up and says, in exasperation, "Finally, brother, for heaven's sake, have you found Jesus yet?" The old drunk wipes his eyes, coughs and sputters, and says, "Are you sure this is where he fell in?" I personally don't think that's the best way to find Jesus, but you know, if it works for you, I am so glad. So, I mean, this is really the time of year to be reflecting on the life and teaching of Jesus. And it's been on my own heart and mind a lot because I'm getting ready for that new Power Hour, all about the metaphysics of Jesus. If you're interested, by all means, come and join us. But what's really on my heart this morning, what I want to share, are some ideas that have been stirred up with all this Jesus talk we've been doing. I have this question that keeps coming back to me. What is it today What is it that makes the life and teaching of Jesus so relevant today? Okay? Especially for those of us who are seeking a progressive, positive, practical spirituality like we have in Unity. We don't seem to have all that much in common with our fundamentalist friends. You won't see any full immersion dunkings at Unity, okay? We're not having our next service down by the riverside. That's just not us. You might see us on a cruise. We had a good cruise earlier this year. I heard some people were filled with spirit of their own on the cruise. But we'll pass on the dunking. Thank you very much. So, what does that mean? What does it really mean to be a follower after Jesus? We've all heard the fabulous music right now. Jesus said we can do greater things than he did. What in the world does that mean? That's a pretty tall order. And how can we discover this power within, the Spirit within? So I'm going to begin by making clear what I'm not talking about when it comes to the inspiration and wisdom I find in Jesus' teachings. I can really understand why more and more people may have difficulty calling themselves Christian nowadays. I can. Christians in our culture are very dominant, very vocal, and very firm on what they call the fundamentals of Christianity. Specifically, as it relates to Jesus and his teachings, Christianity is a religion all about Jesus, all about how Jesus' sacrifice is your one and only way to avoid hell. In Unity and New Thought, we see hell as just useless, unnecessary suffering that you can face and overcome. That's not what they mean. They mean a very real, literal place of permanent pain and suffering. And Jesus, in this religion about Jesus, is your one and only way to avoid that. This is what Eric Butterworth calls, in the Discover the Power Within You, calls the religion about Jesus. Religion about Jesus is all about worshiping Jesus as your Savior because Jesus saves you from God's punishment. Because, of course, in this religion about Jesus, God has a temper, and you have to be saved from him. And it's always a he in the religion about Jesus. We can let that go as well. You see, in the religion about Jesus, the goal is something like fire insurance. Fire insurance. The purpose of the religion, the purpose of going through the ceremonies and prayers is to avoid punishment. Fire insurance, just in case. Who wants that in their religion? Maybe we don't want anything to do with this Christian stuff. Doesn't have much to do with the New Thought wisdom, I know. Doesn't lead to personal growth. Doesn't lead to changing your thinking through changing your life. It certainly doesn't lead to peace that passes understanding if you're living on the edge, always worrying if you paid the bill on your fire insurance. Here's another feature you'll find in the religion about Jesus: dogma. Dogma. Religion about Jesus has all kinds of nice, neat, concise answers to your questions. They see the Bible as a rule book, completely glossing over all those statements, contradictory statements it makes throughout. Do you remember our sermon last week? Reverend Paul talked about the 4 different Easter stories. The Bible's full of contradictions, just like that. In the religion about Jesus, if 2 passages seem to disagree, well, that sounds like a you problem. You must not be interpreting it correctly. There's a correct and narrow interpretation you're supposed to have in the religion about Jesus. And one more point. The religion about Jesus has creed, dogma. The Nicene Creed, you heard Paul talk about that about 3 weeks ago. I hope you'll bear with me if I make just one more point. For me, my biggest issue with it is the point where it talks about the life and teaching of Jesus, or rather, the fact that it doesn't talk about the life and teaching of Jesus at all. It says, Jesus was incarnate of the Virgin Mary, became man, was crucified, and died. That's it. He became man, he was crucified, and he died. Straight from the birth to the death. That's all you need to know, apparently, in the dogma of the religion about Jesus. The most important thing to know is that he died. That just doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. I personally am much more interested in Jesus' life, Jesus' teachings, than his death. I want to learn how to see the world like he did. I want to sit at the feet of the Master and learn. A model for my own life, a model of love, a model of service, a model of how we can face and overcome any challenge, even death. So where does that leave us? Is there a different perspective, something different way to see what Jesus was all about? So Eric Butterworth in his book, Discover the Power Within You, which we're studying next month, Power Hour, he shares a new insight in truth, a new insight into Jesus' teachings, a new spirituality. What made Jesus so important, what Jesus did for humanity, was to make a great discovery. Jesus discovered the power within him. Jesus discovered the power within all of us, the only power, one presence, one power. Jesus discovered your own innate divinity. You see, as Butterworth explains, we've each created a wall in our minds, a wall that separates us from the divine. God is separate, apart, unreachable for this wall. That's the religion about Jesus. Jesus the exception. Jesus the exception who did what you can never do. This is a great, big, impossible wall in our consciousness that separates us from our own power. We create that whenever we believe in this separation from divinity. We create that whenever we see Jesus the exception. So what can you do? Well, here's what Eric Butterworth says. Here's what Jesus discovered. This is a quote from the book. Jesus' discovery created a breach in the wall. In a way, he created a window in the wall, a great picture window through which we can view the vast and beautiful panorama of the spiritual dimension of life. A window in the wall, a way to see through. That's the power of Jesus' message. So what happened? How do we get from that wonderful spiritual truth, that way we can follow, to this religion about Jesus I was talking about earlier? Butterworth continues, in time the window became old, dusty, opaque. Now almost no one sees through the window. It's the object of worship instead of the medium. It's adorned with gold and gems. It's made into an altar. It's the focal point of worship in every home or cathedral. Millions upon millions of devotees through the ages come and kneel before the window, but only occasionally does a clear-minded thinker clean the darkened glass and look through. So Jesus' great discovery to the window of our power within became adorned with gold and gems, made into an altar. It became the cross. Christianity became a religion worshiping the window rather than actually trying to look through it themselves. What made Jesus so special, in my own and Butterworth's understanding, is that he taught people about their forgotten divinity, their divine power. Jesus was not the exception. We can absolutely do likewise. We can follow him. We can follow his way of seeing our divine potential. He broke that barrier between humanity and God. Following after him, we can do likewise. He recognized the divinity in all people, encouraging them to discover and realize the potential within themselves. Following after him, we can do likewise. Jesus said, very truly I tell you, the one who believes in me will do the works that I do, and in fact will do greater works than these, because I go to the Father. That's the discovery, going to our indwelling divine parent. This means that if we believe in the way of Jesus, the way of our indwelling divine power, our indwelling Christ potential, if we believe we can see through the window in consciousness he created, we can become one in heart, mind, spirit, body with our indwelling divine parent. We can claim our innate divinity. So that religion about Jesus led to the establishment of various churches, dogmas, rituals, while the religion of Jesus is a personal and direct relationship with God. The religion about Jesus has been a source of division and conflict, while the religion of Jesus is unity and love. Unity, the religion of Jesus is unity. The religion of Jesus is unity. That's why we're called Unity. Charles Fillmore was seeking to believe and see and do as Jesus did. That's what it's about. Unity with Spirit. All the power and possibilities you need are available to you right here, right now. Unity with all people everywhere means seeing the good with everyone. Everyone has sacred value. Unity with all things. Everyone and everything is part of this unity, this oneness. See this and know that you are always in unity with all that is. That's discovering the power within you, the knowledge that you are always connected. God is a presence that does not and cannot let you go because you are always in unity. The power of this way of thinking can completely change your life. It's one simple idea that changes everything. Just as soon as you remember, look through that window to the power within. And so I believe that there is plenty of space in unity and a new thought for people who call themselves Christian. I do. As Eric Butterworth teaches, Jesus discovered the power within him and taught us how to go and do likewise. That's one of the most metaphysical things I ever heard. Jesus was a mystic. Jesus was a metaphysician. And following after Jesus is absolutely a path to spiritual growth. I understand also, many people have been hurt, scarred, by those calling themselves Christian following that religion about Jesus. That's not my story, but I know many people who've been hurt this way. For many people receiving end of this weaponized religion, they don't want anything to do with it again. I don't blame them. I do believe, however, that healing is possible, real healing, if you can try on a new thought about Jesus and Christianity. Try that religion of Jesus. He's inviting you to look into the window in your own consciousness. See the real. See your divinity. See the infinite possibilities of the divine potential within you. See it, and it will change everything. Change your thinking, and change your life. I hope that unity as a movement will never become a religion about Jesus. Unity followers, however, will find lots of help and guidance on their spiritual journeys in the religion of Jesus. So I am proud to follow the way of Jesus. I'm willing to do as he did, to look through the window he created to the divine presence within. So I am proud to say that I call Jesus my way shower. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you. So now's the time in the service. Let's take a moment to reflect on these ideas together and let them sink in. Find yourself comfortably seated in your chair, comfortable position. Gently close your eyes or soften your gaze towards the floor. Let's take a slow, deep breath together in. And as you exhale, release any tension you might be holding. Let it go. Take another breath, breathing in peace, breathing out ease. Allow your body to relax. Feel that support of the chair beneath you. Feel your feet grounded on the floor. Become aware of the stillness that underlies all of this. Silence holding potential. In the message today, we explored the idea of Jesus not as a distant exception, but as a loving way shower. Someone who demonstrated the incredible potential that resides within each of us. The potential to realize our oneness with the divine. He showed us there's a different way to see, a different way to understand ourselves and our connection with God. We are invited now to look through a window. Not a window of glass or wood, but a window within our own consciousness. A window that opens to the landscape of the soul. So imagine yourself right now with such a window before you. It might be large or small, it might be simple, ornate, it doesn't matter. This is your window, the gateway to your own inner thinking. Bring your awareness gently to the window. Notice if it feels clear, perhaps a little cloudy from the dust of old beliefs, old worries, misconceptions. It's okay. Whatever you perceive, it's your window. Now, with intention, let's gently wipe the window clean. Use the breath, breathing in clarity, breathing out any residue of limitation, any thought that tells you the divine is separate, distant, or outside you. Just gently wipe it away from the window. Allow that light within to shine more brightly. As the window clears, dare to look through it. Peer into the reality of what it reveals. What do you see? What do you sense? Infinite possibilities are through the window. The horizon is endless, boundless. Perhaps you sense that profound peace, stillness that calms the mind. Perhaps you feel that boundless love, unconditional. Perhaps you sense that unlimited potential. Creativity, wisdom, strength. Maybe you just sense the light, pure, radiant. Feel the reality of this presence within you. It's not something you need to earn or find. It's the essence of who you are, source of your life. Breathe into this awareness one more time. Be grateful that this power within you is greater than any challenge, wiser than any confusion, more loving than fear. It's the truth of your being. And as you come back, gently stir your feet, wiggle your arms, take another deep breath in and release. Remember, you carry this window with you wherever you go. You can return anytime with a simple breath, turning your focus inward. See the reality within. Jesus.
And thank you, Nicholas, for a great and inspired message. I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Okay, we come to the point in the service where it is your opportunity to join us in supporting this spiritual center, a center of so much truth, so much hope that offers peace and helps us as we continue to trudge through this spiritual journey as we are in this segment of our existence on this earthbound portion. So you can do that in so many ways. You can do that through snail mail, if you will, through a check. You can do it online at unitybroward.org. You can do it on your bill pay at your bank. You can also, we will show you a QR code here shortly. There it is. And you can actually just pull out your phone, snap a shot of that, and it will lead you through the whole process and help you to donate in that manner. And that is a great way to do it. That's what I choose to do. So go ahead and try that out. So with that, we can join together in our offering blessing. If you can say it with me. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive, and so it is.
I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you. I see the wisdom in you. I see the strength in you, and so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the grace that's in you. I see the courage in you. I see the heart that's in you, and so it is. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. I see the goodness in you now. I see the wisdom in you, in you. Oh, I see your strength, your strength. I see your joy, joy, joy. I see your joy, joy, joy. I see your light shining, and so it is. And I feel the love that's in you, and so it is. And I see the grace that's in you, yeah. And I see the courage in you, and I see the heart in you. So it is, and so it is, so it is, and so it is, yeah. And so it is, ooh, and so it is, and so it is.
Oh, wow. Karen Drucker never sounded so good. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us at Unity Broward today. Let's just take time together to pray one more time. I can't get enough of prayer. How about you? Let's take a deep breath in, release. Feel that power within us. Feel that presence. Look through that window to our own soul and know that all that we need and more is available to us right here and right now. Let's be grateful knowing that we can carry this awareness through us throughout the week, through our whole life. We can always come back to this wonderful community to recharge and restore. And so it is. Thank you. We always have prayer chaplains available after the service. If you want a little more prayer, they'll be on the side. And would you please flip the slide here? Please join me in saying the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. Power of God protects us. Presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Won't you stand up, join hands, and let's sing the peace song together.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there Have an amazing Sunday, Unity. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Go enjoy Fellowship Hall. And so it is. And so it is. So it is. are falling, are falling, are falling. Blessings are falling like a sweet, sweet rain. Blessings are falling, are falling, are falling.